today we're hitting frickin' back and buys. We excited? Now, the structure of this workout, probably I will just alternate between some kind of row, then some kind of pull down. You know, we'll just see how it goes. I think the most important thing when you're lifting, you should go in with a general idea of what you're going to do. Like, I know I'm going to do cable lat pull downs. I know I'm going to do some kind of machine row, right? But the guy who can get into the gym and fucking look at that and go, and warm up and go, I feel like this, or my shoulder's feeling a bit dodge, I might not do bent over rows, or whatever, is going to be a lot more successful in the long term than the guy who's locked into his exact program, gets into the gym, machine's taken, shoulders a bit twingy, and obviously I'm not perfect, right? Like, we all get caught up in, like, I want to do that machine next, and then it's taken. What do you do, right? But anyway, we are still cutting. We will talk more about that on the car ride home, I think, but I'll drop some freaking tips and tricks. Cut is going well. What is it, day number 10, I think? 10 of like the locked in cut. But I mean, I've been cutting for a while. But anyway, pre has been slammed. I think with supplements, right, there's so many. I think kind of the main supplements, protein powder, I don't even think of that as a supplement, right? Like, your fucking protein powder, your whey, whatever, casein, that's kind of just more of a meal substitute, or a meal, or an addition to a meal. I just think of that as food rather than a supplement. But protein powder, creatine, and pre-workout is what I would say like the most bang for your buck supplements. Because there's all sorts of other stuff. Obviously, your vitamins, all that, I would recommend you take that. But for gym-specific stuff, the most bang for your buck supplements are going to be those three. I think you're kind of missing out. If you're not having creatine, you're definitely missing out. Like, it's the most fucking studied thing on the planet. Studied supplement on the planet. And pre-workout, right, I think you're kind of missing out if you're not getting amped up on a bit of caffeine, a bit of L-citrulline, beta-aniline, all that good stuff, right? And I'm not saying to go too crazy, right? Like, we've all been in that stage where you fucking slam 800 milligrams of caffeine and give yourself heart palpitations. And I'm not saying go that crazy, but pre-workout, I think, is something that is worth your money if you enjoy lifting. But anyway, let's just get in the freaking gym. Back is freaking warmed up. Did some work on the cables and shit. Gym is fucking packed because we had to come early because I actually have class tomorrow morning. But we're gonna do probably 2 or 3 here. Some freaking bent over rows. Now these are probably gonna be a bit more rowish, I would say, than optimal technique, but I don't care. I'm just gonna go hard as fuck, because let's be real, that's the main thing. And if you're not using straps, you know what we're gonna do with you.
Now, like, in between these hard sets, don't feel bad about taking like 2 to 3 minutes of rest, right? Like, obviously, if you're doing like a freaking lat pull down or like some kind of like forearm curl or anything, and you're more focusing on a squeezing set, you can get away with taking like a minute of rest or like 30 seconds if it's like very localized, right? You just take a minute to catch your breath and you're good. But with a more taxing movement, like a bent over row, you're gonna need to take like 2 to 3 minutes to really recover so you can actually get a good set on the next one. Now, we're probably going to do one more, but I'll do it as a drop set. So, put a freaking space between the weights so it's more efficient and easier to just chuck them off and do a freaking drop set. But let's get real. Yeah. Alright, I mean, just from that first set of, or 3 sets of rows, my back is already torched. So we're not going to do the full stack here. We'll just do probably somewhere between 2 and 4 sets of pull downs, see how they feel. Really kind of squeeze at the bottom to like push the lat. We'll see how it goes. We might get an assisted one on the next one. Honestly, maybe a bit light. Might go up. Yeah, that was a bit heavy. I mean, what I'd say with my philosophy for freaking pull downs, right? I'd rather go a bit heavier and sacrifice a bit of range of motion at the bottom to have like an overall better movement, right? Like you'll see it with people who are new, like they have the most anal technique with like the tiniest amount of weight, because that bottom part of the movement is like so much harder. So, I don't know, that's what I think. Now we did a row and then we did a pull down. So now we're back to a row. And at this point in the lift, I like to do a single arm movement because I mean just walking around I can tell my back's already fried. So by doing a single arm I can actually like push it a lot harder. But, you know, whatever. We'll probably hit two or three here. Then we'll do some kind of pull down for 2 or 3. And then back will be done. And then I'll have to hit a little bit of bicep and rear delts, which I might show one set of. But then we will check the frickin' pump. And I can already tell, just from walking around, it is pretty frickin' nasty. One more of those. I'll probably make a drop set. Now the only reason I did the lower handle for the drop set was for like variability, because the lower handle is going to be a bit harder anyway. So it worked out pretty well. Lighter weight, harder handle. Whatever. Alright, we're going to do 2 frickin' lat press or whatever you call them. I know I said pull downs, but this is like pull down-esque. You know, it's mainly lat. We did that, 2 sets of that, And then I'm gonna blast some rear delts and do some dumbbell rear delt flies and some freaking cable curl. I might film one of each, but we are strapped for time. A bit heavy. Alright, let's check this fucking pump. Let's get in the fucking car.
Sorry about that. The camera freaking died mid sentence. What was I saying? Yeah. So the the volume to calorie ratio, you're trying to maximize that. So to do that, you're eating fruits and vegetables, mix them in with everything, have like low calorie noodles, like konjac noodles, KONJAC, super underrated. The proteins you're having, you want to basically keep the fat as low as possible. So when you're looking at your mince, obviously it's good to strain your mince anyway to strain the fat out. But like a 96% beef mince has like half the calories of like an 80%, right? Or I use kangaroo mince anyway because it's leaner. Doesn't really matter. Like chicken breast over chicken thighs because it has lower fat content. Therefore, I can eat more chicken breast for the same amount of calories, get more protein. It's kind of just a win-win. So the next thing is, well, actually, it's kind of on the same point. Like, you should be kind of picking the lower calorie version of everything. So you've got your keto wraps, your keto bread. They do keto. We're not looking for it because it's keto. We're looking at it because it has added fiber, which means the calories are lower. It's replaced some of those carbs, original carbs, with fiber, which allows the calories to be lower. Instead of peanut butter, powdered peanut butter. Pro tip, mix powdered peanut butter with like a sugar-free maple syrup or a sugar-free chocolate syrup. Mix that up and put it on some like high fiber bread, and it's like a peanut butter sandwich. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's great. But anyway, doing that and making sure you have like go-to things in your cupboard: low calorie barbecue sauce, sugar-free tomato sauce, or ketchup, whatever. Sugar-free maple syrup, sugar-free caramel sauce. Like all these things making sure you have them in the fridge. So when it gets to that point where you're like, I've hit my calories for the day, what do? You have something. If you have to have a snack, you can make a reasonable snack, right? But anyway, for the people who aren't tracking everything, and if you're brand new to this, losing weight can be as simple as swapping two normal Cokes for 2 Diet Cokes. That's saving you like 500 calories. So don't be afraid to drink plenty of sugar-free soda. Now, I did have other things to say, but I think I might pick them up next video because the camera dying low-key made me lose my train of thought. Right, tomorrow is chest. I'm looking forward to it. See you then.